Today, I'm going to be answering the question, is it too late to buy Kaspa? Now, this may sound facetious or like a joke of a question to those who know me very well. Weirdly enough, many people, many normies, you could say, ask the question, is it too late to buy Kaspa? And I want to break it down today as to why I think you're actually incredibly early to Kaspa on the grand scale. Now, this video isn't financial advice. I'm just here to share my personal opinions. Also, make sure to check out my paid group. It's linked in the description. It's a very active network. We got into Kaspa very early and many other altcoins. You can track my portfolio and you can be in the most active group in crypto. It's in the description. So, Kaspa, the best cryptocurrency on the market, in my opinion. This is a commodity. This is not a security. This is not a crypto company. It's not proof of stake. There's no pre-allocation. It's a 100% fair launch. It's the most democratic, decentralized crypto out there. It aligns with Satoshi Nakamoto's vision, right? Some would even say that Jonathan Sompolinsky, the founder of Kaspa, is also the founder of Bitcoin. There's many parallels that could be logically drawn to come to that conclusion. I've put many tweets out, many posts explaining the reasoning and the logic behind why I am so bullish on Kaspa. And I've got to be honest with you guys, every single day, I'm increasingly more bullish, even agnostic of price. The price goes up, I'm more bullish. Price goes down, I'm more bullish. I couldn't care less about the price on a short-term time frame. This is revolutionary technology, and I'm not someone who's trying to be hyperbolic here or to pump this crypto, because I literally can't. This is a high cap cryptocurrency. This is 3 billion in market cap. What I say in this video has no influence at all on this project. I'm here to literally speak my personal beliefs and why I think this is revolutionary and why it's actually going to take over a lot of cryptos on this market. So I'm going to draw to one of my posts here, right, where I essentially delineate how Kaspa ties directly to the philosophy of Bitcoin. Okay, Satoshi's kind of libertarian, decentralized philosophy of finance and cash. On the screen right now, you can see the first part of the Bitcoin white paper written by Satoshi Nakamoto. And you can see literally the first line states a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. Now, we all know, unfortunately, Bitcoin has failed on this mission. And this comes from someone who's very bullish on Bitcoin. I hold a significant contingent of my portfolio in Bitcoin. But unfortunately, we've got to live in reality here. Bitcoin is not a feasible peer-to-peer version of electronic cash. Rather, it is a store of value. It is digital gold. Right? The same way as you're not going to use gold to buy things, you're not going to use Bitcoin to buy things. It's purely a store of value. It's a hedge against traditional financial markets. And it's a great hedge. And it's serving its new purpose very well. But that has left a void in the crypto market. And that void, in my opinion, will be filled with no other than Kaspa. I can't see another crypto that perfectly ties on Satoshi's philosophy yet does it in a scalable manner. All of the others that some would say are feasible means of payment, they're all centralized. XRP, Solana, they're all centralized. How can we have a global form of peer-to-peer electronic borderless cash that's centralized? That's no better than the current system that we have right now. We want something that is decentralized, and Kaspa is the epitome of a decentralized blockchain, or block DAG rather, in crypto. You can't be decentralized unless you had a 100% fair launch. You can't be decentralized, in my opinion, unless you're proof of work, because proof of work uses a physical resource in order to make the consensus. You can't just print money off thin air. You can't do that with proof of work. You have to physically mine the crypto, physically mine the tokens using electricity. It's not just this magical token money that comes from nothing, comes from the sky. So Kaspa's name is actually silver, I believe, in Aramaic, right? Which essentially is it's a good definition of Kaspa, but I would say Caspa's even more frictionless than silver, right? Silver is better than gold as a form of payment, but Caspa's even better than silver and gold. This is like Bitcoin with scalability. That is essentially how I would describe Kaspa. And if you look into the team, these guys aren't jokers, right? Jonathan Sompolinsky, many believe is Satoshi Nakamoto, was an instrumental person in the development of Bitcoin, right? One of those two things is certainly true. Now, why do I think you're still early to Kaspa? Well, based on the fact that there's still many updates to come, right? Kaspa is going to reach 10 blocks per second. Kaspa is going to have smart contracts. Kaspa still does not have a Binance or a Coinbase or even a Crypto.com listing, which I believe will all come eventually. It's just a matter of time. The more that Kaspa pushes in market cap higher and higher, the more that these exchanges are just forced to list it because they're going to lose out on just so much capital. It would be a ridiculous business decision for these exchanges not to list it. Binance has already listed it on futures. So for me, that's a prerequisite of future things to come, not only with Binance, but also other tier one centralized exchanges. So why are you still early? Well, if we just compare Kaspa to some other lackluster cryptos from last cycle, which are nowhere near as revolutionary as Kaspa, we can take a look at BNB, for example. You can get a 35x on Kaspa if it goes to BNB's all-time market cap. You can get a 27x on Kaspa if it goes to Dogecoin's all-time high market cap. And I've just given you two very average cryptos, okay? I mean, BNB, it's got a good exchange, I guess, Binance. It's obviously got low fees, but there's nothing really massively revolutionary about BNB. I don't see people using BNB as a global means of payment, right? Dogecoin, it's a meme, but it's also proof of work. So this shows how high a proof of work coin can actually go. And I'm not writing off Dogecoin here. Obviously, it was pumped massively last cycle. Dogecoin got to 88 billion in market cap, basically just from Elon Musk shilling it. So if you imagine how high Kaspa can go from actual adoption, worldwide adoption. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen straight away. This is going to take time. You're not going to see Kaspa in the top 3 overnight. This is literally going to take time. It's not one of these proof of stake coins that gets crazy funding, crazy VCs, and it shoots up to 100 billion market cap overnight, like Solana, right? It's not going to be that type of crypto. Kaspa is going to be the type of crypto that takes time, but it will be worth the wait in the long run, in my opinion. Where do I see it going long term is the question. I've shown you 2 examples here of cryptos which I would consider fairly average in terms of the tech that they bring to the table. If Kaspa was to go to BNB's all-time high market cap, you get a $4 Kaspa, $4.79 to be exact. If Kaspa was to go to Dogecoin's market cap all-time high, you would get a $3.85 Kaspa. These are my conservative predictions on Kaspa. Okay, conservative. I think we're going to go a lot higher than this. Depends if you're talking about this cycle or next cycle or whatever. I've said on a few occasions now that I plan to hold a good amount of Kaspa, even into the bear market. Because if you think you can come into this market and fully predict everything, I think you're mistaken. Because a lot of people thought last time around it was super easy to time the market, and they got wrecked. They were waiting for 100k Bitcoin and they didn't sell. But if they would have just held long term, rather than trying to time the market, selling in the bear market, buying back in the bear market, all of these newbie mistakes that people make, if they would have just held long term, they would be in profits now. Every single person holding Bitcoin pretty much is in profits. So I'm going to try and sell a lot of my Kaspa in the bull run, but I'll also hold on to a small part just in case anything out of the ordinary happens. You've got to remember, Kaspa was the biggest gainer of the bear market, right? 2022, 2023, Kaspa was skyrocketing. Everything else was going down and sideways, and Kaspa was pumping. So it wouldn't surprise me if it does the same thing next cycle. You're not going to see the VCs dump all of their tokens onto the market like other cryptos. If we use Bitcoin as an example here, had you bought Bitcoin here at the all-time high and you would have just held it, you would be up in multiple X's now. You can use Ethereum. It will show the same thing. You can also even use Solana and it will show the same thing. Now, I don't think Kaspa is going to overtake Bitcoin. I'm not in that realm of delusion, but I do see it eventually in the next bull run putting in a good shot and a good fight against the likes of Ethereum and Solana. It wouldn't surprise me if Kaspa makes the top 3 or the top 5 next bull run. But if we're going to talk this bull run, I think these predictions of BNB and Dogecoin are very reasonable price predictions for this cycle. But the long term for Kaspa, it can 100x. Short term, 20 to 40x. And I think it will do that with ease. So they're my predictions. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt, do your own research, promulgate your own price predictions. I'm just giving you my ones. If you're a big fan of Kaspa and you also like other altcoins, I do recommend you join my private community. It's linked in the description. People are making a ton of money in this group. We bought Kaspa very low. And in fact, we're still accumulating it now because I think it's going to do tremendous. You can see my buy alerts, my sell alerts, all of those things. So if you want to track someone who's made it in crypto in terms of their buys, their sells, their whole portfolio allocations, everything like that, this is the place to be. It's also a very serious network. So if you're coming here to mess around, if you're coming here to lack seriousness, you're not really welcome in this group. We only take people who want to make money and want to help others make money. So check it out. Links in the description. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.